I'm Dan Galushin. Welcome to another edition of Shoot and Plink. We're back again with our Dust Devil BBs. See, it's right here. You may remember we did another video, and that was kind of part one, I guess you'd say, with the Chronograph Test. The reason being is these are supposed to be 10% faster than steel BBs. Well, you have to watch that to see how it worked out. And again, I'm using the Umarex NXG, just like I did in that one, to do this test. Now, what's this test all about? It's actually kind of a dual test. They are supposed to be very accurate. We're going to find out. They are also supposed to fragment. Less ricochets. It's not supposed to come back at you. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot these at my plinking blocks. Like I've used in the past. I'm going to stack them in a pyramid. Load this up with, I don't know, maybe 15 rounds, something like that, and use it on 4 pumps, and we'll see what happens. Now, I like using the pump because it's more consistent. I don't like firing BBs in this because of the fact that it's a rifled barrel, and I'd rather shoot the pellets, but that's what it is. Because, like I said, it is more consistent. I want to, on this sort of testing, I want to do it where every one of them gets the same amount of pumps. We will try this in another video with some CO2s, and those will be Umarex pistols. One will be a semi-automatic. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use there. And also a revolver, the Brodax revolver. I do know that. We're going to do some shooting with those and see how it works. And eventually, we're even going to pull out the Daisy Red Ryder. Yep, the old Red Ryder, and see what that does in these. But there's been different things in this. Some people say they don't fragment. I've had another report from Linda Jordan who said that she heard that they have actually smoked right out of the barrel. It's going to be interesting to see if I have any of that. But, well, let's set up these blocks. We're going to shoot at them, and we're going to see what happens. Yeah, I'm going to use 4 pumps, I think. We're back here at 10 yards. We'll see what happens with this. Got the first one. I hit it. Just didn't fall over, did it? Try the other one, see if that'll fall. I see a hole in it already. Yep, got that one. Try that one up there again, see if it'll knock it over. Yep. That took out more than one. I thought it would. It wasn't stacked right. That one I think is a miss. Got that one. In fact, that was the last one I had in here. So, now let's take a look at some of those blocks and also see if there's some fragments around there. Let's take a look. I didn't have any ricochets. Nothing came back. Didn't see any BBs flying, so maybe they are fragments. Picked up a few of the blocks, and we'll see how they worked. They've actually embedded, so they didn't fragment that I can see, unless we dig one of them out. We'll try doing that here in a second. Now, some of these, here's one that's got a hole in it that it's a little bit up here. That doesn't show that it was the most accurate shot in the world, but there's no BB inside of it. So we're going to take a look at these. Here's one of them that I actually hit twice. This must have been one of them that I hit it in two different locations. You can probably see those holes in there. And this one is embedded, and they're not dead center. I was actually shooting, well, kind of like dead center, I guess, at it. I was mainly trying to knock them over. It says this one's closer to center, but again, the BB is in it. Well, let's try digging one of these out and seeing if maybe it fragmented. I don't really know. This one looks like it's not in it quite as deep. We'll go with it. Get the knife out here. See if I can get this out of here without cutting myself. That's another thing. Well, it went in pretty good, because that knife, don't want to, and there it is, and I lost it. But when that flew out of there, it looked like it went in two pieces. So let's find another one here. And I'll probably do the same stupid thing, but sorry about this. And it is fragmenting. Okay, here. Now I can show you this. It is fragmenting. See that? Can you see that on the tip of the knife there? And you can see how this is all coming out of here. I think you can, hopefully. So it is fragmenting. There's no doubt about that. So how would it, yeah, look at that. See how it does? Just, there's your fragments. They're all stuck all over that knife. I think you can see it. Okay, it does fragment. Now there we found out. But the softer wood, it must embed into that. So at that rate, I would say like your cardboard targets, your paper, it's probably going to stick into it. I doubt if it'll fragment, but of course you're not having to worry about ricochets there either. And you know, for something that might ricochet, and we'll see what it does, see if we get any fragments. I got to get this cleaned off. We're going to set up one of the steel targets and shoot at that and see what it does. In fact, I've got one of these Venturi BB gongs. We'll shoot at that and see what happens, because that should send our fragments all down here. We'll see if it ricochets or not. So let's set that up and do some shooting. You can see I've got one of my old stickers on there that we've used in the past, and it's been shot at with some BBs. But we're going to see how this works and see if these fragment or not. I'm hoping we can see. I don't know. I'm going to fire about 5 rounds. We'll see what happens. let's go up there and take a look. I didn't notice any ricochets. Didn't see anything flying around. Maybe you did, because you're a lot closer than I am. But we'll see if we can find any fragments. I looked all over the ground here where that was angled, and that should have been throwing stuff out here all over. I don't know, is this something? Well, I can't find a blasted thing. I can't find a BB. I guess they did fragment. It must have come apart pretty doggone good. And that was, like I said, shooting metal. And that is a target that is a metal target, a steel target, that is designed for air guns. Don't be shooting 22s at that thing. I guarantee you that, because it's not all that heavy. Even with my air guns, I have put a few dents into that thing, which is a little bit disappointing. Anyway, I'm not talking about that right now, because I'm using that for this sort of a thing. Now, what would it do with a regular AR-500 target? Well, with a regular AR-500 target, it should really disintegrate. There's no doubt about that. Maybe I'll have to fire that sometime when I'm off camera, and just seeing what happens. And anyway, this thing, it worked pretty good with it, and as far as I can see, they disintegrated. We also seen that they have decent accuracy. I was able to knock those blocks off, and those blocks aren't all that big, so I was able to pick those off, and they did disintegrate somewhat where they hit those. So it's got a little bit of penetration, should work great for any of your paper targets that you have, and will work for plinking. We definitely could see that. So as far as, you know, it's a BB, and is it any different than any other BB? Well, we're trying to prove to see if it is or it isn't. So far, well, watch the chronograph test and you'll see that, what that was. That doesn't say that it's superior there, but it does show that it did pretty good on speed. And it has decent accuracy. I wouldn't say it's any better than my black diamonds. My black diamonds are just as good, or if not better. But as far as fragmentation, yeah, there I think we might have something, because it does look like it is doing that. As far as I can see, you can sure see what it did when I tried to dig that one out. It wasn't coming out, that's all there was to it. Alright, off camera, I fired it at an AR-500, just like I'd said I was going to do. And I found out that they fragment, but in a very strange way. I never had any ricochets off it. Take a look at that. The rest of that BB's gone. That's it right there, stuck to there. And here's another one up here. I only fired 3 rounds. I used up to 6 pumps in the Umarex NXG, and that was probably this one up here, and it hit it. I mean, it hit it hard, and it stuck, and it fragmented the rest of it, so it will do that. But still, I never recommend you shooting a BB at a hard surface, because I have had people say that those ricochet. I haven't proved it yet, but I did prove that you can fire at something if you say you miss. Hey, maybe that'll work, who knows. But anyway, that's what I did, and I told you I was going to do it off camera. I did, but I brought it back to show you. So the next time we're going to be shooting some other guns and stuff to see how it works with this BB. So until next time, shoot safe and have a great day of plinking.